Whether it's time constraints, a lack of budget, or you just simply can't find people to play characters in your drama, sometimes you just have to play more than one. Today, I'm going to show you how I did it for Piper's podcast. So I played 2 larger roles in Piper's podcast and 2 much smaller roles. The only reason I was able to pull it off is one of those roles is what I call a filler character who
really only had one line and it was in the background of a scene, so, nobody's really paying attention to him.
That being said, I want to take a look at what I did to differentiate the voices of the 3 other characters who are in the foreground of the scenes they're in.
Voice 1.
Rudy!
For the character of Rudy, I cheated. Kind of. I first discovered my ability to do this voice when I was doing scratch tracks for Buttercup. I wanted to make sure I could identify the scratch tracks audibly, so I slapped a pitch shifter on my voice, and lo and behold, it didn't sound all that bad.
Now, the key to doing this voice for me is to focus on the texture and cadence when recording the dialogue, and let the pitch shifter
take care of lowering my voice after the fact.
You can use whatever pitch shifting software you like, but keep in mind that
probably 8 out of 10 times, the results aren't incredibly believable.
When using the pitch shifter to lower my voice, one thing I noticed is that the low mids really build up, so I always cut them with an EQ just to balance the tone out more.
After that's done, it's processing as usual.
Voice 2.
Tow truck driver!
Now, just about anybody can talk through their nose, and that's the basis for this character's voice. I simply spoke through my nose, pretended I had some dip in my mouth.
I don't actually use tobacco products.
And spoke with the best southern drawl I could, and that's the character.
Voice 3.
Vince!
Vince was one of the more involved characters that I got to play for Piper's podcast, so I reserved my regular voice for him. The first time we see Vince, he wants to come across as a friendly customer, and so that's how I played him. The next time, he's revealed as the story's villain.
And so for that, I lowered my tone and tried to sound cold and slightly smug.
The point of
using the pitch shifter for Rudy
and talking through my nose with a southern drawl for the tow truck driver
was to differentiate those characters' voices from my normal voice as much as possible. If I hadn't been able to differentiate those voices enough, I wouldn't have played them. But I think it worked fairly well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.